I've got Jeff Alderman, who's the SVP of Sales and Marketing, wants to take a few minutes just to tell you what they're up to over at AdMedia. So warm welcome for Jeff. Jeff?
Thank you, sir. Thanks, John. For all of you guys that I have not met yet, looking forward to spending some quality time with you over the next few days. We have been a fully remote team as well as a company for many years. I've been remote myself for 10 years. So when COVID hit, it was like, okay, great. And now I'm not traveling and I can actually be home and get stuff done and have some QT with the family. But my hat goes off to John and the team for this first ever pharma brand summit. And so just want to give them a round of applause for that. I know how much work went into it. And for everyone here, how I look at it too is you guys all have a first mover advantage, right? So first mover advantage to really the knowledge that you're going to be hearing over the next few days, to the connections, to the relationships. Not every major pharma brand is here, so my hat's really off to you guys for taking time away from your busy schedules. It's amazing. Just wanted to do a quick thing. If we could just have all of the brands and the agencies in the room just stand for a quick second. So, over the last 3 years, you guys have all played a significant role. You can say it for saving lives. You can say it for your role in making the world a better place than you left it. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for work that you've done in the last 3 years. So we've got a lot that we're going to be really going through over the next few days. As John mentioned, we've made some big investments with MediaPost. Really over the last several years. We sponsored every single Brand Insider Summit that they had across every major category, including being the premier and the title sponsor at just about every single one of them, to bring the digital community together, the search marketers together, the brand strategists together, because we know how important it is to really get back and connected with each other. Again, nothing like in person. And so it's gonna be a fun next few days. And like you guys as well, we've been spending a lot of time in R&D, right? So pharma marketing, right, and pharma R&D, right, are typically two of the biggest investments of the industry for you guys. And we'll share some of that here with you of what we've been up to as well. And so we're going to just go through just some trends with you. This is recorded, so feel free and use this. Again, most people want to walk away with 2 or 3, ideas that you can implement, when you leave here. And so some of the trends that you guys have all been part of are really kind of running through the DNAs of all industries, especially when we look at e-commerce, we look at D2C, and we look at pharma. There's a lot of common pillars coming together. And so some of those pillars too are obviously the digital adoption, but also the springboard, right, of digital investment in key areas. And so that's not slowing down anytime soon. Full funnel as well, and we'll share some of those things with you. But we believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion is not just about culture, right? It's about really from a media perspective too, right? You gotta be diverse, equitable, always be testing, always be learning as well. And so those are some big trends. We'll share with you again how we've been kind of listening and activating programs across the globe, especially here in the U.S. with our reach of about 200 million unique profiles in the U.S. that we've built across our tech stack with first-party data on all those people. So again, for us, we're reaching not just incrementally, patients and doctors, but also caregivers in specific areas to go after and be aware, right, and research those symptoms for some of their loved ones as well. So here's just a quick overview of AdMedia, about a 1-minute video. So take a quick look here.
The world is facing huge challenges today, calling for brands and performance marketers to evolve every second and reach their customers in more effective and efficient ways.
With AdMedia, we're helping your brand reach over 200 million customers in the US while delivering scalable and unmatched return on investment. AdMedia's proprietary technology stack provides incremental reach outside of the major search engines and ad networks, processing billions of queries monthly on premium sites. And we don't stop there. AdMedia's integrated marketing approach focuses on paid search, contextual marketing, native advertising, mobile, online video advertising, and OTT. With over 2 decades of digital marketing experience across multiple industries, our veteran team is always focused on delivering white-glove, full-service solutions steeped in data analysis and cross-channel high-value audience targeting technology.
The way we reach audiences is evolving to engage with customers, and we're here to make sure your brand stays relevant to grow. AdMedia, paving the way into a bright new day.
So pharma for me has a special place, and I'll tell you real quick why. And so back in college, when I had 3 jobs, I was paying my way through school, and I went to go overseas to study abroad. One of my jobs was at Pharmacy and Upjohn. And so I was working for the global CMO. Paul was his name. And when I was thinking back on this last night, I was sweating bullets creating presentations about new product launches, right, for them, like Propecia and all sorts of things. So on the west side of Michigan, a lot of pharmaceutical companies had their headquarters before it went to New Jersey. Most people don't know that. And so it's fun now to come full circle back to the pharmaceutical business. So AdMedia, we're a global team. US headquarters is in Woodland Hills. We are all remote throughout the US, but also teams in Barcelona, Israel, as well as India. Our average tenure on our executive team is over 20 years of e-commerce and digital marketing experience. So we get to go deep. We get to have fun. We roll up our sleeves. For us, though, our mission is really to help brands diversify and complement what you're currently doing. And we do so full funnel across all tactics, using our tech stack, which is proprietary to us and has been built over 2 decades, actually. So it's been a fun build journey for us. We started off in the domain space. Actually, we still own and operate 1 million domains, believe it or not. Like cured.com is one of those, and as far as health and wellness. So pretty relevant. For us, we are incremental to Facebook as well as Google, and so a lot of brands are coming to us with challenges like, how do I offset CPC or CPM inflation on Facebook or Google, right? So there's media inflation happening as well, not just consumer inflation happening. And so that's actually really kind of helping having brands take a look in the mirror from a performance perspective. But we have a lot of deep integrations given our technology roots across the industry. So if there's any special challenges that you guys are facing, we always implement with source of truth data, so whatever you're looking at as your North Star. So just kind of some high-level capabilities and reach numbers, and we can go through this later, but for us, it's about 50% reach of all adults in the U.S. across our health and pharma sites. So big reach. Our reach, U.S. alone is about 95% of all users across the U.S. as well as in Canada, if there's ever needs there. But we have got a lot of exclusive assets, several patents across our products, including our contextual.com product and our remarketing product as well. So come and see us. We're happy to kind of have just a fun conversation with you guys over the next few days. We also have 2 sides of the business. One is kind of the publisher side of the business as well as the advertiser side of the business. So our team has been in Europe for the last month. Danny here and Kat on our team and others have been again, meeting with some of the largest publishers in the world. And some of those were the largest publishers of Google, Facebook, and others who are now working with us because of how we're able to help them have a better user experience and provide better yield and monetization for their own customers as well on their own sites. So some conditions that we have too. This is just kind of a snapshot of the data for us. If you have other conditions that you want us to take a look at and size up, let us know. But you can see, I was just looking at the article late last night on the interesting, movement with GSK, which I know Steve and others will talk about. But again, pain management is a big group for us. Skin, arthritis, diabetes, cancer, and many others as well. But some trends, and I'm not going to go through all these really. These are kind of interesting kind of sound bites for you guys to take back on POVs as well. There's a lot here, which again, we'll leave as a leave behind for you guys. But search is definitely kind of a North Star, a big push right now, growing in the next 4 years at over, again, it depends on what studies you're looking at, 25 to 52% compound interest as well. So how and where people search for products and services is changing. It's no longer about going to a google.com, search on the search box in google.com. People are searching in the closest device, closest screen, closest app as well to find information and news. And one of the products that we're proud about that we spent 5 years on, there's 2 of them. This is actually our 2-click search widget model as well. So on one of our sites like cured.com, you can see as a user searching for content, we're actually underpinning this with our first-party data and keywords to actually qualify the traffic further. And as an advertiser, why brands love this, because you're only paid or billed on the second click once they come to your site. So there's built-in quality along the way. It's a very powerful way to really harness search in different ways across everywhere that we're implemented. And some of that might be on publisher sites. It might be where we power search on a number of areas, publisher sites, apps, and things like that as well. But ultimately, are you prepared for the changes coming? We work with some of the smartest marketers in the world, and even they will tell you, ego aside, they don't know. They will say they're prepared, but there's not a plan B or plan C always because they know it's going to be changing. And so with Google's announcement, again, with third-party cookies going away, again, you've got to have kind of different models in place and buy-ins throughout the organization. There's definitely going to be some major shifts coming. Obviously, we've already seen it with Apple. We've seen it with Facebook with iOS 14 change and what that's done with audience targeting and disruption there, as well as effectiveness across their programs. So contextual is here to stay. We've actually spent the last over 5 years building our technology around that. There's a lot of interesting movement happening in that space. There's a lot of confusion as well in that space. So there's measurement companies now saying they're contextual. There's media companies say they're contextual, right? There's a lot of folks that are kind of coming out of the woodwork and saying they're contextual. But at the end of the day, it's how are you actually targeted based on that with first-party data. And so one of the things that we're proud of that our team has spent thousands of hours in our R&D is our contextual.com product and patents on that. So we have our own crawler. We're crawling about 1.9 trillion data calls a day. We're using that to refresh our audience segments in real time as well. So not dependent on any third-party cookies or third-party data overlays, neither. And we can do very precise targeting or surgery, if you will, on those people as well across our entire ecosystem of inventory, not just as you see here, kind of a remarketing ad, but it can be across search, shopping, remarketing, demand video, et cetera. So that being said, I could not leave you, since you're all pharmaceutical marketers, without a disclaimer. So the disclaimer here is, again, over the next 2 days, again, we just want and ask people to leave egos at the door, right? Have an open mind, right? Really build relationships and learn from each other. And so we are sponsoring 2 extreme events, if you will. So horseback riding and then, I guess, pigeon shooting, right? But don't worry, no animals were harmed in the making of either one of those activities. So have fun, work hard, play hard. I do want to call out a couple folks here in my team. So Danny, our founder and CEO, is up here. See, Danny's the most humble founder and CEO I've ever met, even in the Valley. Mike, Kat, Andy, can you guys just raise your hands so people can see? So come, grab a beer or whatever with us, have some fun, and looking forward to meeting all of you guys over the next few days. Thank you.